Hello, my name is Elisa. I come from Republic of Moldova, currently studying at the University of Tartu. And today I'm going to introduce you to my degree, that it's Bachelor of Business Administration. And behind me is the School of Economics and Business Administration. So let's take a look from inside and continue. I'm going to walk around, show you some rooms, the environment, and meanwhile I will talk about the city, the country, and my program itself. So, first of all, I would like to say that Tartu is the second largest city in Estonia after its capital, Tallinn, and we have around 100,000 population, where 1/5 of it are actually students. That's why it's called the City of Youth, and actually Tartu is known as the City of the Good Thoughts because it's the intellectual capital of Estonia. And actually it makes sense because Estonia is a high developed country. They invent and they try to develop the technology every year more and more, and it's really nice that it's also friendly to the new startups. So I think Estonia is a good country for the business students. And yeah, I actually didn't expect something more from the motherland of Skype. Even though Estonia is a quiet country because 50% of its area are forests, I would say that our student life is quite colorful and unique because we can meet people from over 105 countries, get in touch with new cultures and participate in different projects. And every week we have events for international and local students where you can easily get in touch with people and make new friends, also extend your network, because actually that's one of the important things for a student of business administration. One thing that actually students may like is that every semester we make trips through Estonia, through Baltic and through Scandinavia region, and it's really nice. Our students, they really like to travel a lot to see those regions. Some people, they like to go to Russia, some people like to go to Lapland. It's really nice because you can travel, and I think that's the dream of every student. And by the way, this is the place where students can rest, can have their lunch. It's like a mini kitchen. It's a really nice spot to relax and take a breath after a hard day. So, talking about the program itself, Business Administration is a 3 years full-time program preparing students for a successful entry to the international or local labor market. And actually its aim is to develop an understanding of an enterprise and its environment. That's why it covers all of the major areas from business administration, including management, entrepreneurship, finance, accounting, innovation, and also business law, by the way. And here I'm showing you one of the rooms where my courses take place. And actually in this kind of rooms we have most of our lectures and seminars. And I'd like to say some interesting things about our studies is that it involves real life cases where we analyze some situations that happened recently in business and economic world or some years ago. And it's really nice that we have sometimes at every course we have a guest lecture. It's a person that comes from a company, an enterprise, or from the bank and talks about its system, but most of the time they cover the topic that we learned recently. So it's really nice that we have an opportunity to learn something from these successful people and to see how the theoretical and practical approach they work together, so we have a real picture about what is our purpose and what we are going to do. And another interesting thing is actually we also have some company visits. For example, at one course we had a company visit where we needed to go to this company to analyze its management system and to write about it, so what kind of tools they use, how it is built. And it was so nice because we really have this nice opportunity to see with our own eyes how it is actually practically built. So now we're at the 3rd floor, and actually this building has 4 floors. And right now I'm gonna show you one room that I like because it's so big, and it's really full when we have guest lectures here, and I have the temptation to go in the 1st row and capture all this information. As you can see, I'm really excited about the guest lectures. So one thing that I wanted to mention about my program is that in our curriculum, there's a requirement that says that we have to complete at least 2-month internship before we graduate, during our studies. And it's really nice because only like this we can apply our knowledge, our skills to show ourselves and to understand actually where is our place, if we like business or not, or which area is more close to us. For example, some people find themselves in finance, some people find themselves in entrepreneurship or marketing, and it's really cool that our university actually encourages us to do an internship, because only like this we actually can find more about our abilities, our possibilities, and about ourselves, and also the business area. So, and actually it has no frames when it's about the internship. It has no geographical frames. You can do it wherever you want. Some people prefer to do it in Europe, some people prefer to stay in Estonia, or others go to their home countries, because it also depends where you would like to build your career, in your country or abroad. So I think like this, actually like this, your professional career starts. So I'd like to show you one room where all our projects get alive, and this is the computer room, exactly. So here we work with different databases, with statistics, by using programming tools, trying to do our job great. And now I think it's the time to tell you about the application process. So at the beginning I would like to mention that the application period is from the 2nd of January till the 15th of April, so you still have plenty of time to apply. And yeah, the first thing you have to do is to register to the Dream Apply website, because only for this website you can actually apply to be a student at the University of Tartu. And for your application you may need a few documents. The first one is the certificate of your previous studies from your high school with all your grades, and the list of your subject that you studied before. The second one is the certificate of your English level. It can be any certificate, for example, TOEFL or Cambridge or IELTS, the one that you are feeling most comfortable with. For example, I took TOEFL. And if you have any other additional certificates that prove your English or mathematical knowledge, for example, SAT or GMAT, even if it's not a requirement, you can also put in your application, because they give you extra points. And the last one, the most important, I would say, and I cannot emphasize how important is this, is the motivation letter. So, because this is your face, so this is how administration team can meet you, can get to know you. So in this motivation letter you have to write about your motives to study business administration, and why did you choose University of Tartu, and how your previous studies and probably work experience, if it's applicable of course, are linked to the things that the University of Tartu can give you. So, and what you are going to do with all your knowledge after graduation. So what's basically your goals? Yes, and the thing is that this application gives you, it has in total 100 points, and the motivation letter gives you 60 points out of 100, and the other 14, they come from the final grade of your mathematical test, if you have a state test or a final grade, just it depends from the country you come. Yeah, so the mathematical grade and the motivation letter in total, it has to make 100 points. And yes, and that's why I say the GMAT test or SAT will be applied, because they give you extra points. Yes, so this is what about the application process. And also we have application fees, that is 50 euros. So talking about the fees, the tuition fees for BBA program are 1,700 euros per semester. But I need to add that University of Tartu is giving scholarships to its students based on their application score. So you have all the chances to get a tuition waiver scholarship that will cover all your fees for 3 years. But for this you have to fulfill the requirement of getting all the necessary credit points per semester. So since University of Tartu has the credit points system, that means that in the end of your studies you have to complete a curriculum of 180 credit points. So that means that every semester you have to get a specific amount of credit points in order to keep your scholarship. Otherwise, you'll have to pay for the missing points. But you can also apply for the scholarship after one semester of being enrolled at the University of Tartu. You can apply for this kind of scholarship as specialization scholarship, achievement stipend, or need-based study allowance, or need-based special allowance. So if the first two scholarships are based on your achievements and grades, the second two are based on your family income per year. So if there are students who are really motivated to study at the University of Tartu but has no financial possibility, university is willing to help them with this. After all the information I've said, it may seem that BBA program is kind of hard and full of a lot of subjects, but actually students have the time to participate in extracurricular activities, and most of the students, they like to get involved in this kind of organization as Idea Lab or Economic Lab, because there they can learn about entrepreneurship and how to apply their knowledge in practice and get more skilled. I personally find myself in organizing events. That's why I became a volunteer of Erasmus Student Network, where I organize karaoke nights, different student parties, and I've been several times the student representative in Lapland trips. Also, feel free to start your own project or your own organization. So we did with the friends. We started the new young project called 15 by 4 Tartu, where we communicate science to the youth of Tartu and the students. I personally think being involved in different extracurricular activities is really important for our development and future career, because like this we can get more self-confident in what are we doing and what we are going to do, and also shape some of our skills. So the last question I would like to raise is accommodation. University of Tartu provides dormitories for local and for international students, and they look like a flat with 2 or 3 rooms. It can be single or twin rooms with the shared kitchen and bathroom. And I think it's really nice because you have all your friends around you, you can meet and cook, and like this you can build nice memories about your student life. But also there are people who like to rent a flat or a room or an apartment somewhere in the city, and it's totally possible and for fair prices. And I think this is what is nice about Tartu, because it's always open for everything what is new, and it makes everything more suitable for the people who come. Hopefully I answered to all of your questions and I motivated you to come to study business administration at the University of Tartu, because it gives you indeed a lot of possibilities to make your dream come true.